Hey, welcome to MenchacaChannel, where inspiration, motivation, and kingdom principles is what we do. In this video, we're going to be talking about life on purpose. Living a life on purpose is not as easy as it sounds. It takes dedication, it takes time and effort and focus, because we want to live life on purpose and not by chance. You don't want to go around saying, hey, let's see what happens. I'll call you if that's what we decide to do. No. We want to live life on purpose. We want to look at the time. We want to put goals and dreams and visions down. We want to write those things out because we're on our path to being successful, and we need to do that. You know how I know? Because I'm ready. You're ready. Let's do this thing. So what truly causes us to miss the mark when we're trying to live a life of purpose and we decide to live a life by chance? What is it? Well, there's many factors that play in, but I want to talk to you about a certain one that has bugged me for the longest. One of the problems that we have as individuals is with one word, and that word is comprehension. Now, comprehension is the act or the capability of understanding something. That's simply what comprehension is. And so why am I saying comprehension? Because did you know that you can have information but lack comprehension of that information? Now, if we're going to live a life of purpose instead of chance, we're going to have to gather information. We're going to have to know how to plan. We're going to have to know how to set goals and reminders and ways that we can live our life on purpose. Comprehension plays a big part in that. And that's why I'm leaning towards that word right there, because we have learned as a society, we've learned word recognition instead of word comprehension. And there lies a problem. Let me give you an example. If I say the word poor, automatically your mind and your brain says it's an absence of money, or it's poverty, it's the worst of the worst, it's poor. That's what it is. But comprehension says that poverty is not the absence of money. Poverty is the absence of information. So when a person lacks information, they're poor-minded. And how can they succeed if they haven't gotten around mentors, gotten around people who will level them up? This is why the Bible says in Hosea 4:6, my people perish or are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. The enemies of our lives are not those who bring us drama. Rather, it's us having a spirit of ignorance. It's time to level up and have some comprehension to that information given to us. Answer me this: if we're confronted with things on the daily that don't really matter, or things we don't have control over, why is it that we waste so much focus and energy and time on trying to figure out things that doesn't even really matter? It's the spirit of ignorance, and it's holding us back from living the life on purpose. I found out a long time ago that we don't perish for the lack of sickness. We don't perish for the lack of high blood pressure. We don't even perish for the lack of feelings and emotions. No, we are destroyed. We're perishing for the lack of knowledge. If we knew better, we would do better. I mean, come on, really? You go take a hot shower, and then after that hot shower, you decide to go outside where there's a cold front with no shoes or socks, and then you get sick. That's a lack of knowledge. Or what about going into the heat of the day and getting dehydrated and all that, and you have no water? That's a spirit of ignorance. I'm telling you, you have high blood pressure and sickness because you don't take care of yourself. We have to do that. Another reason why we're not living our life on purpose, it's probably because of things that are coming out of our mouths. Man, we got to proclaim victory. We got to proclaim liberty and freedom of our lives. What comes out of our mouths are bringing into existence our next movement. You got to watch what you say. This is why in Luke chapter 6, verse 45, it says, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. I think it's time that we quit trash talking ourselves and others around us. Look for the greatness in people and extract that greatness from them. We're all going to be better for it. I really think that sometimes we don't understand how powerful our words are. Even the Bible says you shall decree a thing and it shall be established, calling those things that are not as if they were. I'm telling you, the things that you say out of your mouth are putting things into motion. They're putting things into existence. You're calling those things that are not as if they were. Be careful how you speak. If you want complete success in your life, start proclaiming those things. Start talking about success. See yourself in the future as successful, not miserable and bitter. No, look at yourself as positive and lifting up other people. To live life on purpose, we have got to stand on facts and principles instead of feelings and emotions. When you live your life out of facts and principles, you're going to have a stable life instead of living it out of feelings and emotion. And feelings and emotions has their place, and you have to use those and flow through those in those moments. But a good way to know if you're living out of facts and principles or feelings and emotions is when someone angers you. The next words out of your mouth will tell you. If you're out of feelings and emotions, I can't believe you said that, man. I don't even want to see your face. That's feelings and emotions. Facts and principles, I'm sorry that you had that opinion of me, but you know what? It doesn't have to be my reality. I'm telling you, we got to know the difference if we want to live a life on purpose. You know, when you want to live your life intentional, sometimes you have to block things out so that you can reach that point where you're succeeding. And maybe that's people that are toxic in your life, or maybe even the news media that want to just instill in you fear and doubt and hatred. You got to get away from those things. Rather get around people who are always uplifting and positive, and get around mentors and pastors and people that will lift you up instead of slamming you to the ground. You know, you got to lift yourself up, because if we're going to live a life of purpose, we don't got time for all that drama. We don't got time for people that think less of us. They hold no place in our inner circle. So if it's your desire to live a life on purpose, then let's talk about the manifestation process, the end result of a thing. It's important because there's 5 steps to the manifestation process, and it'll benefit your life to know them. The first one is simply information. Do everything in your power to gather as much information as possible, because you need it. I know when I buy a new piece of equipment in this studio here at MenchacaChannel, I take at least 6 months to research and find out what this person said about it and what that person said about it, and reviews and look at all that information. I gather as much information as possible because it's vital to the progress that I want in my life. The second one is comprehension. You've got to have information, but if you don't understand the information, you don't have comprehension of it, what good does it do you? You got to think a little further. When you get asked a question, ask 2 questions back. Try to get as much information and comprehend what you're listening to, the information you're given. When you have information and you understand that information, number 3 arrives, and that's simply revelation. This is when ideas come your way. This is when you start to like, whoa, I didn't even think of that. And then you start, because you got the information, you got comprehension of that information. Now you got the clean slate to build something with revelation. And if you got into revelation, this 3rd step right here, I noticed something else happens. You cease all foolishness. You don't got time for knuckleheads. You don't got time for people that are just and not going anywheres in their lives. It's an interesting thing. So you got information, comprehension, revelation. Number 4 is exciting. That's called activation. It's time to get busy and work that greatness that God instilled in you and grafted in you, and let go of all the toxicity of your life and everyone in the world, everybody that wants to destroy you and bring you down. Let go of all that stuff. It's time to get to work. I got information, I got comprehension, and guess what? Man, I got revelation, and now it's time to get busy with activation. And finally, number 5 is manifestation. So you got this information, comprehension, revelation, and you went as far as to activation. I'm telling you, it's gonna work for you. And if you do it, let me tell you, you're gonna reach manifestation. You're gonna enjoy the fruits of your labor. Living a life of purpose is not the easiest thing, but it's way better than living life by chance. And let's see what happens, and maybe we can do that or not. You know, it's either a yes or no. And people that live their life on purpose, it brings them up to another level. It gets them in a new circle of influence. And you're not around those people who are talking about the same things for the past 20 years. You're around people who are motivators and people that are innovators and people that are telling you much, much more in detail things that you want to accomplish in your life. I'm telling you, living a life of purpose is where it's at. Hey, thanks for watching this episode of MenchacaChannel, where inspiration, motivation, and kingdom principles is what we do. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and ring that bell so you can get another episode of MenchacaChannel. And don't forget that we are appreciative of your support through Cash App and Venmo to MenchacaChannel, allowing us to do what we do on the daily. Hey, live a life on purpose. You got this. I'm telling you, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Until next time.